Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be looking at this guy right here. This is the Kiwi-Ears Singolo, and this has an 11mm dynamic driver. This is a collab between Kiwi-Ears and Chronicle, and it has, as you see, 11mm dynamic driver, and then this Cars thing, which is this weird-looking tubey thing on the side. Now, the cable's not bad. It's not my favorite cable. Kind of reminds me of a cable that came with the B-Lawns, the second generation B-Lawns or whatever. It's made out of the resin, and it's got this pretty blue thing. I think that the shell, the faceplate looks really good. I think the resin on the yeah, it's kind of not the clearest resin. It's not impressing me at all. Cable's not impressing me. I hate the tips that it came with, so I used my own tips. So that aside, also it didn't come with a case, which was kind of irksome. Thinking about the sound-wise on this, I'm going to go to my notes. I'll go to my quick notes because I don't want to take a long time since this is TikTok. Okay, so quick note wise, it's got some really nice kind of deep, fun bass. There is a good depth to the sub bass. There's a nice rebel. It definitely has a nice, fast, speedy mid bass, sub bass, rumbly, powerful, not intrusive into the other frequencies. You get into the mids, and the mid range is just kind of clean with enough texture and body there in the vocals. Both male and female sound decent. There's a little recession there because of the bass. Moving into the treble. The treble on these is definitely kind of on the smoother sound. Now there is a fair amount of details there, but they're not overly sharp details. They're just details. There's decent air, decent overall quality. With the treble, with the mids, excellent quality with the bass, good texture. Then you get into the soundstage. Now the soundstage isn't overly wide, but it is wide, and it kind of has an equal depth and height to it. Placement, especially placement of when you're listening to something with a lot of different instruments, you can tell them apart, you can hear where they're coming from. So that's decent. It may not be the best at it, but it has a decent overall soundstage. Thinking about the overall quality of this device, I think that, or these IMs, kind of a device, I guess, I don't know. But I think that they're decent, they're safe. They may not have the best accessories, obviously. I didn't really like the tips. They didn't work for me. I would have liked to see a case with this. The cable is okay. There's nothing wrong with the cable. It's kind of got these curved things here and this, which reminds me of a 7 Hertz. It's kind of like a silver version of the 7 Hertz Zero cable. So overall, not so bad cable-wise. Not the best cable. Would have liked to see a better cable. Would have liked to see a case with it. And I would have liked a little bit more excitement from them. They're just safe. They're all right. They don't do anything wrong, but they don't do anything overly right. They're just kind of average in general. Not bad. I think a lot of people would like these. It's a safe bet to take these, and they do have fun to them. So that is good. I mean, the treble could use a little bit more energy. It's definitely not a bass head or a treble head IM, and it's definitely not mid-centered. So I'm trying to figure out where it falls into, and I guess basically it falls into the safe category. The Singolo is safe. So anyway, let's just go over the specs one more time. So spec-wise, you have 32 ohms, 108 decibels, 20 to 20 kilohertz. The cable length is a 1.2 meter. The pin type is a 0.78 2-pin connector with that weird kind of curve to it. 3.5 millimeter. Would I like to see them in balanced? And you get one dynamic driver that is a 11 millimeter dynamic driver. I would have thought that there would have been much more robust bass with it, but the bass in general is good. And then you get that Cars weird squiggly system, which I'll show you again. If you can see that right there. So, yeah. So look-wise, I think they look nice overall. I think they look nicer with these 7 Hertz blue tips on them. And the cable is decent and everything. There's nothing really wrong. It doesn't seem to get tangled very much. So I got to give it points for that overall. But overall, I think that this is just safe. So again, Singolo from Kiwi-Ears. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.